Welcome, one and all. Hello, Lewis. Welcome, one and all, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. How's everybody doing? Doesn't matter. The former president had stolen nuclear secrets at his country club. Because we just learned that among the classified documents seized by the FBI at Mar-a-Lago was material on a foreign nation's nuclear capabilities. So this time, the ex-president wasn't just betraying our country, he brought in another country for a menage a treason. How? Wow. That's not cool.
It's not okay.
She's not into it. How do you explain this to our allies? Don't worry, Prime Minister. Your country's nuclear secrets are perfectly safe, stored at the Mar-a-Lago waffle bar between the syrup and the Nutella bucket. I go for a waffle. There's always room for a waffle. These kind of intelligence documents, keep in mind, are so top secret. The president himself has to declassify them so other people can see it. Even our senior national security officials are not allowed to see them without specific permission. And the fact that he had them is completely indefensible. So the people trying to defend him are instead focusing on the evidence picture the FBI took of them on the carpet. Like the ex-president's son, Eric.
I can tell you, my father's a very, very neat guy. He doesn't leave documents staged all over an office floor.
My dad. No, I mean this. This is important. This is important. Quiet, y'all. Listen up. My dad does not leave documents all over the floor, okay? His crime is organized. What? What did I say? Nobody... No one ever tells me what I say. Because no one is listening. In other criminal investigations involving the former president, we've got some news out of Georgia, where back in early 2021, voting systems were breached. Now we know that happened on the same day a bunch of election interfering and election denying MAGA goons were shepherded into the building by former Coffee County GOP chairwoman and lady who handed her stylist a picture of a Q-tip. Kathy Latham. Latham is already under criminal investigation for posing as a fake elector back in 2020. And in a newly revealed video, she can be seen escorting the former president's team into the elections office, then checking her surroundings, and then letting more people in. It really looks like Kathy is helping the former president mess with the election, and she evidently knows it. In fact, when asked during a recent deposition whether she knew or ever had any communication with Giuliani, Latham asserted her Fifth Amendment rights. Okay, now I know that sounds bad, but to be fair, what woman wants to admit they know Rudy Giuliani? In some January 6 rioters are facing consequences like insurrectionist and injury attorney for racehorses, Coy Griffin. Should you or a loved one be turned into glue? Some say yes, I say nay. That's his commercial for the injury things. In addition to storming the Capitol, Griffin is the founder of Cowboys for the Former President. I just hope no one tells those cowboys where their rootin' tootin' hero is from. Where's that again? New York City! Griffin is actually someone who works for the government he was trying to overthrow, serving as a New Mexico County Commissioner from 2019 up until lunchtime yesterday. Because that's when a judge ordered that Coy Griffin be removed from office for his role in the Capitol riot, citing Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, no person shall hold any office who, having previously taken an oath to support the Constitution, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion. Of course, Griffin offered a lot of excuses for his participation in January 6th, but the judge wasn't buying it, writing, his protestations and his characterizations of his actions and the events of January 6, 2021 are not credible and amounted to nothing more than attempting to put lipstick on a pig. Well, okay. Maybe so, but a cowboy does get pretty lonesome out on the range. Happens. It happens. It happens. We're all adults. Justice is also coming for former presidential advisor and hobo Himmler, Steve Bannon. Because reportedly, Steve Bannon faces state indictment in New York. Start spreading the news. Steve's going away. He wants to be a part of it in cell block A. I'm told. Oh, blue eyes.
Oh, blue eyes.
Oh, blue brown eyes, they call me. And I'm told we have some exclusive footage of the moment Mr. Bannon got the bad news. Now, details. I don't know how would we possibly have gotten that footage? I don't understand. It's how good we are. Details are sparse, but sources say it is related to a federal investigation of Bannon's nonprofit dedicated to privately constructing the former president's border wall called We Build the Wall. Spoiler alert, no they don't. So why is this in state court? Well, the former president pardoned Bannon before federal prosecutors could bring the case to trial. But presidential pardons only apply to federal charges and cannot prohibit state prosecutions. Gotcha, Steve. Gotcha. Yeah. Who believes in states' rights now, biatch? Folks, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the language.
Be like that. Sometimes
I know you are nice people. Another former president was in the news today, Barack Obama. I feel much the same way. Barack and Michelle returned to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to join President Biden to unveil their official White House portraits today. Now, usually this unveiling happens soon after the president leaves office, but the last guy. So instead, they did it today. And let's take a look at the former First Lady's portrait by Sharon Sprung. Look at that. Beautiful. That's lovely. Beautiful. Elegant.
That's beautiful.
Just like Michelle Obama. Let's take a look at her husband's portrait by Robert McCurdy. Okay, that's interesting.
Whoa.
That's very different.
His looks really
That's
realistic.
photorealistic. There's a whole lot of white space. In fact, Jimmy, can we see that again? Okay, widen out. Yeah, there you go. He's in insurance heaven with Flo. Okay. Afterwards, former President Obama had kind words for our current president.
Someone once said that if you're looking for a friend in Washington, get a dog. Our family was lucky enough to have 2 wonderful dogs. But I was even luckier to have a chance to spend 8 years working day and night with a man who became a true partner and a true friend.
Now, it may sound like he just compared Joe Biden to his dogs. But to be fair, Joe does occasionally bite. Then, former President Obama had words of praise for his wife's portrait.
I want to thank Sharon Sprung for capturing everything I love about Michelle. Her grace, her intelligence, and the fact that she's fine.
That is the most endearing compliment from a president to a first lady since Harry Truman gave Bess that hot mama hat. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are CBS Morning's Gayle King and Tony DeCopel,